OTAs are underway around the NFL. Rookies are on the field, veterans are on the field, but there are a bunch of rookies who are yet to sign their rookie contracts, especially in the second round. It's a fascinating conversation. We're going to have it today. NFL Spotlight starts now. Welcome in. It is the Thursday, May 29 edition of the NFL Spotlight Show. I am your host, Ari Meirov. It is a bit quiet around the NFL. A bunch of players are on the field. Veterans and rookies are finally together, but not much action going on from a news perspective. Extensions are probably going to start heating up over here in the next few weeks, and then eventually everyone goes on their summer break. Everyone comes back, and then it's going to be full force NFL of training camp officially underway. But there is still a bunch of things going on that are undecided or we're still waiting for. And one of them we're going to be talking about it here today. Let me bring in my good friend Ben Allen. Ben, what is going on? It's great to see you. How's everything going?
Yeah, things are going well, all right. Yeah, like you touched on there in the cold open, we got to get into what's going on with these rookies that are taking a little bit of time to sign their contracts, particularly those in the second round. I think a lot of this is going to boil down to what has already happened because we have 30 of the 32 rookies taken in the second round. They have not signed their deals. The first two guys taken in the second round have. It all started when Jayden Higgins, the rookie wide receiver for the Houston Texans, taken with the 34th overall pick, got a brand new deal, brand new thing that's never happened for a second rounder. He got a fully guaranteed contract. Carson Schwarzenegger, the player taken right before him by the Cleveland Browns, the UCLA linebacker, he then also got a fully guaranteed contract. Since then, none, zero, nada, not one second rounder has signed any contract at all since that took place. I assume that's got to be the holdup. All these agents now trying to work with teams saying we want fully guaranteed contracts. I have a lot of questions as to when this is going to be resolved. Who's going to end up winning? Are all these guys going to get, fully guaranteed contracts? Is there going to be a cutoff after so many picks? Where do you think that this all lands with those guys? And when do you expect them to be signed and under contract?
It's a very, very fun conversation, Ben. And we did a video a few weeks ago about rookie contract and how it works and the rookie wage scale, what could be negotiated, what can't be negotiated. And for years, really, when the new rookie wage scale came into effect at around 2011, the way it worked is that the first round picks up until picks 19 and 20, they all got fully guaranteed deals. But from picks 21 to the rest of the draft, they didn't get fully guaranteed deals. Some of it was, 85% and all the way down to just the first year guaranteed, whatever it is, right? So as the years went on, more and more first round picks started getting fully guaranteed deals until a few years ago, I believe it was 2019, 2020, when the entire first round started getting fully guaranteed contracts. They all signed a 4-year deal. Every single dollar is fully guaranteed, plus a 5th-year team option. It's great. The second round, up until this year, nobody ever got a fully guaranteed deal. They got like 90% of it guaranteed, 88% of it guaranteed, but nobody got the full 100%. And like you said, a few weeks ago, the Texans broke precedent, picking number 34. They gave Jayden Higgins a fully guaranteed deal. As a result, the way this stuff works in the draft is if the player after you gets a very specific deal, you must do the same or better than that. So if number 34 got a fully guaranteed deal, the Browns picking at 33 with Carson Schwarzenegger, they had to give him a fully guaranteed deal, and that got done literally the next day. So that was done. Now here we are, the rest of the second round, they're like, wait, if 33 and 34 got fully guaranteed deals, maybe we also have a shot. So all eyes right now are on pick number 35, which is the Seattle Seahawks, and they took the safety out of South Carolina, Nick Manwari, and I could guarantee you that he and his agent are like, if pick number 34 got it, we're going to try to continue the trend, try to get it to 35, and if 35 gets in at 36, which is the Browns again with Christian Jenkins, they're going to try to do it. So right now, it's a bit of a staring match between every single team there picking in the second round about who is going to break this and not get a fully guaranteed deal. If number 35, Manwari, does not get a fully guaranteed deal, the rest of the second round, 36, 37, 38, is going to go back to the way it was in previous years. Maybe they get an extra 0.5% fully guaranteed compared to last year or whatever it was, but it won't be fully guaranteed. So it's a very, very fun conversation. And it's kind of fun to watch this because you don't want to be that agent who ruins it for everybody else by not getting a fully guaranteed deal. And of course, the other teams are like, we don't want to be the team that continues to, make new precedents over here and have more fully guaranteed deals over here. So for the most part, rookie contracts are pretty straightforward. It's slotted deals. The amount is locked. It's set in stone. How much of it is guaranteed? How much of you get upfront? How much is an signing bonus? And when you get that signing bonus, that all can be negotiated, and that is still ongoing right now. But the second round, like you look at the first round, there are 12 picks unsigned, 20 of them signed. Rounds 3 through 7, 85% of it already assigned. Round two, only 2 players have signed. So there's a big reason as to why. And it's a staring match right now. And the longer it goes, the more interesting it gets because could you imagine we get to July and 30 picks are still unsigned? Like that's a possibility over here. So we're going to wait and see what ends up happening. But everybody right now is waiting for pick number 35 in Seattle.
Wait, so is there a real chance this is going to go one by one until it's done? It's going to go Nick Immanwari. It's then going to go 36. It's going to go 37. Or is there a chance that we see maybe some of those later second round picks, middle of the second round picks? Do they start signing deals just to be like, we want it done with?
There's no reason to say I want it done with. Just wait. We know what the amount is, but you want to see what happens above you to figure out where should I fall. Like every team, the way it works again, you go back to see what last year's pick number 34 did to see what pick 34 does this year. But if pick number 33 does something that didn't happen last year, you want to be able to do the same thing now because a new precedent has been set in this year's draft. So it's a very, very interesting thing that goes on with the NFL draft. There's really not much to negotiate over here. But right now, I can guarantee you Quinshon Judkins in Cleveland is not going to sign until Nick Immanwari figures something out. Or if Judkins gets a fully guaranteed deal, then I guarantee you Seattle has no choice but to give a fully guaranteed deal to Immanwari, who was picked a pick before him. So that's kind of the situation over here. If some way, somehow, pick number, let's use an example. If pick number 40, Tyler Shuck right now, signs a fully guaranteed deal, pick number 35 until 39 must get a fully guaranteed deal. That's the situation right now. So it's a very, very interesting situation. And we're all kind of waiting and watching which agent blinks first, which team blinks first, who's going to make that step forward. But everyone is waiting right now. Houston was the first one to just do something, get it out of the way. We're done with it. Of course, as a result, Cleveland, who picked before them, had to do something, do the same thing. But other than that, nobody has moved yet. And it's kind of fun to watch right now.
So then when you're looking at this full situation, my question then becomes, we're seeing these guys on the field, they're out there practicing, they have their own safeguards to allow them to make sure that they're still going to be getting their contracts. Can you explain a little bit as to what the built-in stuff with the CBA is that say they were to get hurt, say a catastrophic injury were to occur, things that would typically obviously be damaging to any player and their contract status? What is built in right now for those guys to feel comfortable being out there, participating, and actually making sure that they're, safeguarded in case something were to happen?
So every player who gets drafted upon arriving with the team, you sign an injury waiver, which essentially is should an injury happen, if it's a catastrophic injury, a career-ending injury, it's not like the team is going to be like, haha, you didn't sign a contract, we're going to release you today, you make no money. That's not going to happen. You're going to get the contract that was slotted for you. So that is a basic paper that every player signs upon arriving with his new facility. Now, there is one very unique situation out there with Shamar Stewart in Cincinnati, who was their first round pick, who is going to get a fully guaranteed 4-year contract. And there's a dispute right now between the two sides about specific contract language, and have had a hard time figuring out exactly what language it is, whether it's offsets, whether it's signing bonus, whatever it is. He's not even participating at any of these practices, which is interesting because, again, he's a situation where you got the injury waiver. It's going to be your contract is going to happen regardless if it, God forbid, an injury happens. But like we spoke about yesterday, those people who represent him are people who are very, very, very tough people, and they do it differently than most agents. So that's their prerogative. But for the most part, all these players, 30 out of 32 second round picks, have not signed. All those guys are on the field for rookie minicamp. They're on the field for OTAs. They're on the field for OTAs with the veterans. They have no problem because they know if God forbid something happens, they're still going to get that 4-year deal. Now, is there a potential that the negotiation when it comes to how much will become fully guaranteed could become a problem? That is a possibility for sure. But for the most part, you're going to get that 4-year contract no matter what, even if an injury were to happen.
So if you're playing a predicting game right now, there has been a little bit of time now since we saw Higgins and since we saw Schlesinger sign their deals that gave them the fully guaranteed. If you were a betting man, that 35th pick, Nick Emanwari, is he going to be able to secure that fully guaranteed deal, or are they going to be able to say, hey man, hey, you're good without the fully guarantee?
There's no such thing as you're good without the fully guarantee because they're not talking to the player. They are talking to the agent. And Manwari has agents who have been there, done that, very respected people. They're going to push for fully guarantee just because also there's the whole element. The agent business is a fascinating business. Like these guys, whenever you are the guy who's able to set a new precedent, you go out there, you put out the tweet, negotiated by so and so, first time ever in NFL history, number 35 overall pick, got a fully guaranteed deal. These agents try to, pump out their chest with this stuff. So they're going to try whatever it is to get him a fully guaranteed deal, not just only for the player, which is important, but also for the agent and the agency for future recruits. There's a whole different element to all this that nobody even talks about. So I would imagine he's going to try heaven and earth to get it. I'm sure John Schneider and everybody in Seattle is going to try to, try to get it to be a little bit lower than that. But their head coach, Mike McDonald, obviously is a very, very big fan of him. They made a big trade up with the Raiders to make sure to get him. So if Emanwari and his agents are like, we're not going to be on the field when it's, training camp if you don't do this for us, I would imagine Seattle eventually gives in. The fun part about all of this is just the reality of the other 30 picks who are just waiting for him. And that's the element of it that is very fun to watch. Maybe the Browns just do it, and as a result, Seattle has to do it with Judkins. So that's a possibility. But if not, all these other picks over here in the second round are kind of just staring right now at Emmett Warren, being like, what's going on over here? So that element of it just makes it very fun.
And like you said, and this will be forevermore, this is going to be the case that guys, at least as of right now, picks 1 through 34 are going to be getting guaranteed contracts.
That's it. Moving forward, starting next year, no matter what, round 1 through 32, all those guys, 4-year fully guaranteed deal. And now the first 2 picks at a minimum moving forward, starting in the 2026 draft, will get fully guaranteed deals as well. So we always say like owners don't like giving fully guaranteed deals after the Deshaun Watson thing happened. That's true. But there is one thing that is also true, that rookies, when they come into the NFL, at least first round picks, and now the beginning of the second round, they also get fully guaranteed deals. But of course, it's not really 5 years, $230 million like Deshaun Watson was.
There you go. We will hopefully not have had any of these guys signed by the time you guys are listening to this. That would be quite the bummer, as if we did find out immediately first thing Thursday morning that Nick Emanwari signed. But regardless, it is an interesting case. We'll have to see as this goes one by one. Slow news day, Ari, which I'm not complaining about. It's not the worst thing in the world. We get to talk about more of these dynamic topics that are going to have a bigger impact on the league as a whole. If you guys have suggestions of things you'd like to hear about, yeah.
If you want, Ben, we could talk about Cleveland Browns OTA passing stats that is going out on Twitter right now.
All I'm seeing is Shedeur Sanders throwing a lot of dimes. That's all I'm seeing.
I hate this time of year. I'm telling you, Ben, it's just the amount of stuff that is force fed to us because there's nothing going on it's so annoying.
Still, nothing will be worse than the NBA and Ben Simmons's jumper. That he's got the jump shot down. He's got the jump shot down.
Ben Simmons. Is he on the Clippers now? He's on the Clippers right now.
Yes. Yeah, he was on the Clippers.
Yeah, that's my NBA knowledge, baby.
Yeah, exactly. All right. That's all I got for you, Ari. Take us home.
Yep, that will do it here for our Thursday, May 29 edition of the NFL Spotlight Show. We will be back here tomorrow morning to wrap up the week and talk about whatever else happens around the NFL. Hopefully, it's a little bit busier than it was on Wednesday, but if not, we will have things to talk about like we always do. We will see you all here tomorrow morning.